I think we're live, everybody. Are we live? Yeah, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with the new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful March 3rd. Yeah, it's actually March now. Wow. March 3rd, 2025. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and we're joined by the usual suspects, Mr. John, Mr. Maga Mao, and of course, Real Text and Politics.
What's
Hello.
poppin'?
Yeah, so there's
Hello.
a lot to talk about today. We haven't streamed in a couple days, and I probably should have. Um, I'm shocked at what happened at the Oval Office Friday. We're talking a little bit about it before the stream, but my God, what the hell is Zelensky thinking?
I mean, it's pretty simple. Like, he wants to nation build in Russia.
Oh my gosh. Now, before we continue, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, and if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, I read through as much of chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way your questions answered. Already, we got a couple. General Hydra for 2. I'm watching your stream on my TV right now. Ah, nice. I mean, I don't know how YouTube works on TV, but surely it's better quality.
I figure, like, I don't know.
I used to watch your old videos on my television once in a while.
Oof.
Like when I'd have the house to myself, dude, I'd watch Real Americans.
I feel for you. Glitch Evie has been a member for 9 months. Thank you so much. Glitch Evie for 2. Welcome, early American. Yeah, we started early today. We started a little bit early. So, K-Cup for 2. Rap starts feed early. Also, Rap still late. Yeah, I'm always late. So, American Nerd for 5. Rap says Zelensky was disrespectful to Trump and has proven to be a useless bitch. What should Trump do now? I say we have the CIA. No. Let's not do that to Zelensky. But let's talk about what actually happened, because there's a lot of people pushing fake information. And you know what? Let's turn over to John, because the intellectual probably knows.
Oh, dear goodness. So let me recap the events for all of you real quickly. As you all know, Friday, there was a big spat in the Oval Office. Just, you guys saw it. Everybody knows. And I was not confident where things were going at that moment in time. I definitely thought if Zelensky wanted to, like, save face, he'd have to come back, get on his knees, apologize. Maybe not just to Trump, but just to the American people for the insult he made to us in the Oval Office, cursing out our vice president and actually just being completely ungrateful for everything that we've done. So I thought he was going to have to do a reversal, but today he has not only signaled after. Okay, let's do it chronologically. He then went on Brett Baer. It doubled down on everything he said from leaving the Oval Office. Now today he says that, number one, he thinks that without apologizing, his relationship with America is going to continue because reasons. Basically, he just the stated reasoning was, we have a very strong partnership. I don't see them leaving. So he thinks that he's just gonna have America in his pocket without doing anything really. He's openly stating, "Oh, well, I'll sign the minerals deal." So and he's wanting to do that. Of course, he still wants the security guarantees. So even if he does it behind closed doors, if he's going to sign it, he's going to do the same thing he did with Scott Bessent. He's going to do the same thing he did with Marco Rubio. He's going to do the same thing he did right before signing it in the Oval Office. He's going to force more things out of America, your boots on his soil, which is up to this point becoming something totally unacceptable for the Trump administration. Okay, so that's everything that's happened. And then Zelensky says, this is the cherry on the top today, guys. Zelensky says that peace with Russia is very, very far away. I'm paraphrasing, but that is what he said in a statement, along with all these other ridiculous comments. And Trump saw it, immediately replied, "This is the worst statement that could have been made by Zelensky, and America will not put up with it for much longer." So what do you guys think about this shit show? I'll tell you what I think later, but just tell me what you guys think.
I think Zelensky, I have no, I think he's lost his mind. I think he's legitimately lost his freaking mind. Listen, I had a feeling he was going to pull something. I thought it was going to be like, oh, he signs a deal and then I don't know. He does it after the fact. But to do it before you sign the deal, which was your golden ticket, this was your way out of the war. I gotta explain this to people. This was not a direct guarantee. It was an indirect guarantee. That's what people are not understanding. This guarantee was not direct, but it would have been indirect because we would have gotten people there. We would have had our people working at these mines and stuff, and Russia would have attacked Ukraine because that's would effectively be attacking our people.
Yes.
Do people understand that? I thought that everyone understood that. Like from day one, it's like that's what Trump is trying to do. He's trying to get a middle deal signed so we get money, and it forces Russia to stop. Was it the whole point? I thought everyone knew that. Did I miss a memo somewhere? Did I miss something?
I think that's what we want, and I think that's what the Ukrainian people want, who have Zelensky at a 6% approval rating, probably lower now. But at the end of the day, it looks like that Zelensky, his administration, his cabinet, whoever is holding power with him, that is not what they want. If they wanted peace, they would have signed the deal already. If they wanted peace, they would not ask for NATO-like protections because that would prevent a peace talk with Putin from even happening. It's probably a non-starter for Putin.
It is.
So at the end of the day, what we're looking at here is a man whose intentions, I believe, have been fully exposed.
Yeah.
And those intentions are, keep giving me more money, Europe. Keep giving me more money, America. I want to keep laundering your money. I want to give it to all of my friends. I want to continue killing my own people in an endless war, maybe 1, 2, 3 more years. Just, long enough for me to feel satisfied with how much money I've taken from you.
And leave.
And and then leave. And that seems to be Zelensky's plan. He thinks it's going to work. I think he's about to get a very hard reprimand from the president. He's speaking to Congress tomorrow night, remember?
Yeah.
So
that's going to be interesting.
It's going to be a shit show.
Which we will be streaming, by the way. We will be streaming that shit show. So, all right. K-Cup for 5. Dems interfered with the Zelensky and Trump talks is like the meme of the guy shooting someone in the chair then asking who did this. Basically. Yeah, apparently they met with Zelensky beforehand or something. It's like, why are you meeting with him before you meet the president? What's going on here?
There were explicit rumors milling around about 4 specific high individuals. The one that probably matters the most is Anthony Blinken from the previous Biden administration. So they're still trying to run the government as if, hey, look, we have this weird opposition guy in, but he's gone in 4 years. Just, hold out Zelensky, and then we'll give you hundreds of billions of dollars more in about 4 years from now. That seems to be what Democrats are doing. It's totally delusional, but that is the posture they're making. And apparently Zelensky's stupid enough to actually believe them. And you just got to remember, these left-wing people, they soothe his ego. He's a rock star to these people. They're going to, if Kamala Harris had won, not only would we probably rack up about giving $1 trillion to Ukraine total over 8 years, but probably, or over 6 years or however long, we probably would have made statues of Zelensky to put in like America and everywhere else. And so, those are the people you have to remember. If you have people idolizing him from the party that's not in power, and he's just so tempted to believe they still have control over the state, and they really don't.
I mean, I just don't get it. It's like, dude, you're not winning the war. Can we stop pretending he can win? The only way he can possibly win is if nukes start flying. That's the only way he can win. And at that point, it's like, is it really worth it to have nukes being shot off? It's like, I don't think it's a good idea. But that's what Zelensky wants at this point. That's the only way Ukraine can win. I'm sorry to burst some people's bubbles, but can they even win?
I mean, he wants to basically nuke Moscow.
I mean, yeah, just like, these people are nuts. It's like, if we don't end the war now, we're getting very close to World War III. I still think Trump's going to prevent it with Putin, but it's like, these idiots want World War III at this point. There's no other explanation. There's none. So, Ben Cynics for 5. Hey, Rap, thoughts of the House Judiciary GOP Rick rolling the Epstein files? That pissed me off so much.
Awful.
I don't know whoever did that, please get fired. I think they probably did, but that was stupid. Richard Head for 2. NATO needs to decide United States or Ukraine. Can't have both. Yeah, basically. If these dumbasses pick Ukraine over the United States. How much money do we give Europe each year? Militarily? How much? A couple $100 billion?
Way too much. I'll look up the exact figure.
And
for
it's
you real quick.
the United Kingdom has 10 tanks or whatever. It's some crazy, like, people looked into this. It's like, yeah, Britain has like 10 tanks. Luxembourg has nothing. They don't have it. I think Albania does have an air force. It's like, yeah, good luck, guys. Good luck. If these idiots, I think, they really think they're powerful. They really think that their militaries are top shit. They're not. These militaries suck. I think it's only like one country. I think it's like Poland that actually has a real military at this point. So it's like, good job, guys. Good freaking
Yeah.
job.
Poland has a real military. Romania has a poor military, but they have a lot of troops. France has a pretty good military, but not as many people. So you have a couple of like armies in here, but here's the big thing: if these people's boots get on Ukrainian soil, and that plus the money that basically Ukraine is indebted to these countries, Zelensky is chipping and shipping and shipping away at the sovereignty of his own country, not from the Russian end, but from the Western end. You don't understand having debt with France, with the UK, having military, like having obligated military service from these countries. It's going to chip away at the possibility of Ukraine continuing to exist. If Zelensky is not thrown out of power, the European powers are going to start chipping away at the territory in Ukraine. It's going to be really bad for them. It's going to get really ugly.
And it's like they're not doing it out of their own hearts. They're doing it for themselves. That's what it comes down to. They know they're going to rake in a fortune if they do this. That's why they want the war to continue. They want Ukraine to, like, they don't want to admit it, but they want Ukraine to fall apart. They're going to sweep in and take it over. That's what they want. That's what they actually want. They don't care. They don't give a rat's ass about the Ukrainian people. They don't. If they did, every country in Europe would be saying, end the damn war right now. But none of them are. They want the war to continue. Even though this war is not winnable. Best case scenario, you lose what you lost right now, and that's it. That's worst case. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, good luck with that. That's what I'm going to say. So, American Nerd. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
American Nerd for 5. When you see neocons like Lindsey Graham and Dan Crenshaw say that Zelensky should apologize to Trump following that meeting, you know he effed up. Yeah, when freaking Lindsey Graham is saying Zelensky's got to go, he's done. He's freaking done. I mean, I know Graham is doing it for primary reasons, but even if he is admitting this, and Crenshaw, they're saying, dude, get the hell out of here. We need a new president of Ukraine because this guy sucks. It's like, if they're sick of your shit, who's supporting him now? Democrats, and that's it, right?
Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson, oh god. General Hydra for 2. I hear AOC is gonna be in jail soon. Hopefully. She admitted to a crime, so.
What happened with AOC? I saw people were talking about what happened with her.
So she broke the law. The dumbass she is, she admitted on national TV that she broke the law, so.
Wait, what
is
is
about informing illegals about how to avoid ICE?
And she went on national TV and said, yeah, I did that. I did everything Holman claimed I did.
I know Catholic Charities was doing that. I didn't know.
All the Democrats are. So, Mike for 2, you don't have the cards wrap. What do you mean? Russia has the cards here.
I think AOC is probably going to claim civil. AOC will probably claim civil disobedience.
Oh gosh. Satan Slayer for 5. The EU stopped the Trump-Ukraine deal because they want to take over Ukraine. Yeah, you're right. They want an endless war so they can just take it.
Well, yeah, like think about it. Like, I've always thought about it from France's perspective. And again, this is, deeply Machiavellian, but like, think about it. Like, Macron is a deeply Machiavellian man. He says whatever the hell he wants and gets whatever he wants. If he controls large parts of the Ukrainian economy, like, let's say, for instance, like, he gets a hold of the grain supply, let's say he gets a hold of the minerals, whatever else, France basically has all of the EU in a pincer, kind of formation. And I'm not saying that like from a military perspective, just from an economic perspective. Germany kind of dominates the EU right now, but if they have control of Ukraine, Poland has control of Ukraine, France has control of Ukraine, even the UK. This shifts the power balances in Europe dramatically away from Germany. And so this is a power play as much as anything else. Any of these countries investing money or troops into Ukraine, this is a power play by Europe. They just want control of the EU. And so everybody should keep that in mind when you're looking at this situation.
And they want to personally enrich themselves. So that's what it comes down to. They want to kill hundreds of thousands, if not... I would be surprised if it's millions at this point. I don't know if it is, but the amount of people have died over this stupid conflict.
Die. They ironically believe millions must die, dude.
Yeah, they probably do. It's like, of all the countries, and this is the worst part, of all the countries to do this for, you're doing this for Ukraine, one of the most corrupt countries on Earth, which everyone talked about just 5 years ago. Everyone was saying, yeah, Ukraine's the most corrupt...
But it's a democracy.
Yeah, it's a democracy.
By the mustache man.
Oh my gosh.
Democracy dies in darkness.
Literally, in Ukraine, democracy died in darkness. Well, I should say darkness. They literally got bombed, but... Alright, Russia's launched an offensive into the Kharkiv region. Really? I didn't hear that.
I mean, Kharkiv, not Kharkiv.
I don't know how you say it.
Kharkiv.
God, who freaking knows? I don't speak Ukraine or Russian.
Real.
Ukraine is literally snatching young boys walking their dogs off the streets to die. Yeah, it's like, yeah, these white vans pull up and they just take the guy and leave. It's like, what's going on here in the very democratic country of Ukraine? I mean, you guys see the video? The guy's walking his dog and, like, out of the blue, a white van pulls up and just yanks him, and then they drive away. I mean, like, how can anyone defend this? How? How in the world can anyone say, yeah, this is completely normal? This is what any civilized country does. They have a white van that just takes people off the streets, and you never see them again. Democracy. Let's see here. What?
It's just really horrible, and that's the thing. I understand, like we're kind of like talking about it in a flippant manner, but imagine you get taken and you're screaming your head off, but nobody comes to save you. The black van takes you, you get put on the front lines, you get your leg blown off, and then they make an op-ed about how brave you are once you have your like reattached prosthetic limb going back onto the front line. Like that's literally what they did. New York Post made an article about people who had their legs and arms blown off going back to the front line. That's not like that doesn't strike me as brave. That doesn't strike me as noble. That strikes me as holy hell. This is actual hell. This is actual hell. You don't get respite from it. You just go until there's nothing left of you. You want to get blown up by Russians until there's nothing left of you? That's what they want. That's what Zelensky wants for his own people. It's really horrible. It's
okay. I just saw my second Susan Crawford sign in Milwaukee County. It's
Congratulations.
It's over.
It's over. Yeah, I know. I think Russia does the same thing, but it's clear which side does it way more often. Ukraine has to. They won't admit it, but they're running out of people. I mean, when they're like, aren't they going to conscript like 18-year-olds now or something? What was that?
Oh, they already have been.
Oh yeah, then what are they going to conscript again then?
Well, I mean, they've been conscripting old men, they've been conscripting teenagers, they've been conscripting people with Down syndrome. Like they have videos if you want to look them up. Videos of people with Down syndrome in the freaking battlefield. Like everybody, and now the amputees. Now, like they're conscripting basically anybody left, and it's really funny because there was the funny thing, darkly funny thing, was that there was a guy who was like, well, if you want to go to the market as a man, you just wear a woman's wig, and that's how you avoid getting caught. So you can go buy food. You just put on a woman's wig so they think that you're a woman. It's
until they start drafting women.
Yeah, until they start drafting women, I guess.
They're going to watch. That's what next. I mean, they're going to conscript everyone, and, like, everyone's going to be dead. And Russia, they have, like, they see this for years, like, oh, Russia's run out of manpower. Guys, this is freaking Russia. They never run out of manpower.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I seriously saw that. People were saying, like, yeah, no, Russia's about to run out of manpower. This is when the war's going to finally turn. They're going to run out of people. How many people does Russia have? Like 200 million?
130 million, 140 million people.
Yeah, and it's like every time it's like they're about to run out of manpower, they just find 10 million more people. Happened in World War II. They just kept finding more people out of nowhere. So, yeah, I don't think that strategy's going to work. You're not going to win
This is Russian military strategy pretty much from the start of their country. Just throw people at the problem, and they have infinite people. It's just like China.
They have infinite people, and that you kill 2 of them, 20 more just show up. And you don't know where they came from. So... let's see. This war is basically the most good versus bad war since World War II. What? I wouldn't really say that. Both sides just suck. In their own ways. Let's see. Did Ukraine conscript women too? I don't think so.
They probably will eventually.
Not yet, but
Not
if
yet.
if this goes on for like 2 or 3 more years, you're gonna see women conscripted.
I don't know. We'll see. Wait till the Siberians come from the east. Yeah, it's like, yeah, there's no, in Russia they probably have like 30 million people in Siberia that we don't know about. It just come out of nowhere. It's like that's Russia though. Anyone with a brain and basic historical knowledge would realize, oh yeah, Russia has infinite manpower. I mean, when was the last time they did it? Ever? They've never not had manpower. So I don't get why people are claiming it's going to finally change this time.
I mean, like they've had like times where they had to enact policy to repopulate themselves. Like at the end of the Crimean War, they were really low because the French, the British, the Turks, they took so many lives from the Russian men. But they were able to repopulate really quickly by basically saying, "Hey, you don't want to get drafted into the military? Have kids." And so everybody got married and
It's
had
sort of that meme
kids.
for Japan. It's like, have sex.
Yeah, I know they were the
Uh,
original Shinzo Abe guys. Yeah.
let's see here. If you want to see the Russian manpower, you just gotta wait until demographic collapse. Yeah, basically. That's Russian manpower. They just keep fighting more people out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All right, so there's some other news we should probably
Yeah.
get into.
Anyway, so yeah, enough of that. The Ukraine stuff's a joke. Listen, I want the war to end. I don't listen at this point. Just sign the freaking deal. Be done with it.
No, we have to overthrow Putin and nation build.
Now,
We
I
have
want to talk with
install
the
democracy.
So the name of the stream is actually talking about like Trump's policies, why they're working, and that's because there was a big announcement today from a Taiwan chip maker. So apparently Trump is to announce over $100 billion investment from a Taiwan chip maker in the United States today. So $100 billion. I think that's on top of 65 billion. I think it was for the Arizona plant, or it was something like that. So it's like, it sounds like Trump is actually getting all these companies to invest here. I think Honda, same thing. They're not.
Oh yeah, Honda's moving. I think Accord production from Mexico to Indiana.
Remember when everyone was saying that tariffs don't work? Remember that?
Yeah.
They're a negotiating tactic.
They're a tool.
Yeah, they are a tool. They raise revenue, yeah, but the biggest thing is they force companies like Honda, like these chip makers, be like, oh crap, we're about to lose one of our biggest markets. We should probably build a factory in Indiana or Arizona. Maybe we should probably build a couple. So,
But like, you guys see how important this is? You know, Apple's moving manufacturing to Texas. TSMC is now going to be in Indiana. We're getting all of these major investments in the more and more that we make our own chips and make our own computers and make our own products. This is this is us taking sovereignty back from China. China's been taking like economic sovereignty from the United States this entire time, more and more. And right now, they have the capacity with one military move to completely crash our economy. And this is such a big dramatic step towards independence from both Taiwan and China. It's so important that we do this. It's like some of the most important investments we could be having right now.
yeah, it's like, we're not talking about like $1 billion. We're talking about $100 billion. And it's all these companies. And it's a win for us. It's like, China does not want this. They don't want this at all because, like you said, they've had us by the balls for years. Since like 2000, was it 2? Was it since the WTO pulled their shit? Was it 2002?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. So it's like, now we actually have the leverage now. It's like, hey, we make our own stuff here now. What are you gonna do about it? Honestly, what can they do about this? If we get all these companies here and we make our own stuff again, China's screwed because their whole economy's built on just have slave labor that produces everything. But if they don't got that now, well, they still got the slave labor, but it's like, we don't need them. Well, we still need them a little bit, but yeah, anyways. Kick up for 5 or 2. Isn't Zelensky coming back to sign the deal? No, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Not anymore.
He's probably banned from the White House now.
Oh, freaking! I mean, Rubio threw him out.
So today, the White House is having an advisory meeting to stop all aid going to Ukraine. They're going to stop it all. And then tomorrow night, Trump's going to make a speech. And I hope he talks mostly about America. But if he talks about all that other stuff, At the end of the day, he's going to ram Zelensky. Ukraine might come back and make a peace deal with us, but Zelensky won't. Zelensky's done.
I
He's
think
done.
my take is, and I know this seems kind of crazy, but this is my opinion. I think they're going to force Zelensky out of office.
I hope.
Well, I mean, that would be nice, but here's the thing. I mean, I don't know. First off, I don't think their parliament is willing to impeach him.
There's some
But
trying
the
to
other
make a
thing is that
push.
if there's an election, I sincerely think it is going to be forward in favor of Zelensky.
It might. I mean, I still
I mean,
think.
not just from him, but I'm also talking about the EU.
Yeah, it's if they actually get caught doing that after
The
blaming
EU
Russia.
and NATO will probably get involved. I mean, there might even still be some aspects of U.S. aid still around to help.
Well, yeah, you
Zelensky.
saw the slush funds from these countries, but it's gonna run out. The problem is running out of money now. We're seeing it
In
in
fact,
Wisconsin.
some of the aid that we've probably given to Zelensky is probably going to help him in his election.
You know what the biggest cope I've seen by the aid, by the way? It's like they're making a big deal. It's like, oh, this money went back to America. You guys see that chart? It's like 70% was sent back to America. It's like,
No.
I call it bullshit, first of all. Does anyone actually believe that? Yeah, the money came back here. The money came back here, but we still lost stuff. We just gave them, we gave them free stuff, basically. So how's that a win for us? Like,
If the money's going back, it's going in the hands of people in the military-industrial complex, and it's going in the hands of politicians. Basically, what you're saying is, because all of our wealth is being redistributed to the most horrible human beings in our country, that it's somehow a good thing. It's not.
it's not.
It's not.
You know, I mean, it's like, seriously, it's like, the money is already gone. We've lost money. Just because it came back here, doesn't mean we gained anything. And it's like, we send back equipment. Or that's a cope. It's like, oh, they're buying military equipment. Yeah, with our money. So what's the point? We're losing money.
On top of it not actually going back into the economy well, because it's the defense industry, another really important thing to bring up, which is JD Vance's point every time this comes up, they are draining our stockpile. They're draining our supplies. We don't have the capacity to respond to any other national security threats that happen across the entire planet. There is no way for us to actually respond to these right now. And it's going to take us like 5 years to be able to recoup. So that's the fucking problem. It's like,
Well, because
you're like,
Ukraine's the
oh,
most important.
like you're basically saying, like, every single time you bring up a reason why this might not be bad, you just bring up another problem that Ukraine is causing the United States.
It's like it's like a circular firing squad. You lose no matter what. You just get oh, actually no, it's the good thing because it's going back to the economy. Guys, we're still losing money. It's a net loss for us. Just because it's the same as a bailout money. We give this company $50 billion, that money's gone. That money's gone forever. You're never going to see it again. That's what we're doing. So we've gained nothing from this. And that's what Trump is trying to do. He is saying, hey, we want those rare earth materials. Which, by the way, I guess he got exposed now that Zelensky already sold those already. Hear about that?
Yeah. No.
Apparently the UK's already got it.
Yep.
It's like, wait, hold up. So you're telling me Zelensky's full of shit? I'm not surprised.
One of his only bargaining chips with the United States, he's already sold to another fucking country. Good grief.
Yeah, it's like 100 years.
I mean, there's a reason for that because the UK basically did what UK did. What Ukraine wanted is they're sending troops to Ukraine.
No, this was before everything. This was a month ago. It was like January 16th or whatever. So yeah, they already
January 17th. Yeah, three days before Trump's inauguration, Zelensky sold mineral rights.
What a freaking joke! What a I mean, this guy, and I mean, no wonder Marco Rubio's furious. I mean, can you imagine being Rubio? You went to the scumbag's country, and 3 separate times he got him to say yes, and then he backed out of it. Then he goes to the Oval Office saying, I'm gonna agree in front of everybody. This agreement. And they pulled that stunt. No wonder Rubio was furious. I mean, didn't Rubio kick him out?
Yes.
Yes, I'm fine. Hey, we need troops on the ground. Can we have your troops?
Again, the whole point is we have a vested interest in Ukraine. We don't right now. Why do we care? If we get those rare earth materials, our people are there. And if Russia attacks, they are attacking our people. That's the point. And I don't think Zelensky can comprehend it. I think he's so dumb. I mean, this guy was an actor before he got into office. And again, this guy's not that smart, I don't think. But it's like, does he not understand that's the whole point? We're indirectly protecting you, just the same thing with Taiwan. We have a vested interest in Taiwan economically. That's why China hasn't taken over yet. So,
Yeah, so Elon Musk just put out a statement, obviously heavily influential man, part of the administration. Zelensky wants a forever war, a never-ending graft meat grinder. This is evil, period.
let's see here. Oh, wow. You just put this out. Yeah, within minutes ago.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago.
Let's see here. American Earth for 5 from Kelvin Coolidge Project. Honda has decided to produce its next generation Civic hybrid in Indiana instead of Mexico due to Trump's tariffs. Exactly. These companies are building stuff here. It's a win because, for starters, we're not reliant on Mexico, China, Canada, Taiwan. We don't need those countries now. And at the same time, we're producing stuff here. So theoretically, shouldn't that lower the prices of things? Like, I don't know how that works for sure, but...
Well, right now, it's not guaranteed to reduce the price of these goods, but here's a really important long-term thing, and this is something I've heard Vance argue multiple times over the years. Basically, if you hate runaway inflation, if you hate the crazy inflation we saw under Biden, producing products domestically actually protects us from inflation runs because, like, the global market's way more unstable than the domestic market. And so if we have domestic cars, we have domestic chips, we have domestic if we have domestic steel, all of these things that we need for our economy to run, the more of it's that's inside of our borders, the less inflation long term we're going to have. Because we control our own industry. That's the important thing. So yeah, but I won't tell anyone that prices are going to go down because like theoretically, economic theory says that it goes up, that consumer price index goes up because of these decisions. But I'm not fully convinced that the theory meets reality. So that's what we're seeing. We're going to find out as this progresses if the theory is correct or if reality is different.
Well, and also I would argue it's like these are high-paying jobs. So even it's a win-win.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh no. Okay, so here's the unequivocal truth about all of this. All of this benefits the middle class.
Yeah.
All of this benefits the exact constituency that Trump is that voted for Trump. So whether or not it's like good for the GDP or if actual real prices go up or not, this is really good for the middle class.
Yeah, because they're actual jobs. They're not fake jobs that the Biden administration is pushing. That's a difference. Yeah. The Biden administration, first of all, those statistics were fake. We now know they're fake completely. But on top of it, it's like, oh yeah, these jobs, they're shitty jobs. They're not good paying jobs. There's no pensions. There's nothing. It's like working at McDonald's or whatever. That's the jobs Biden created. Trump is creating high paying jobs for the middle class. Big difference. Big difference. So, K-Cup for 5. Started to dwell on the Zelensky thing, but I've been seeing reports that he's still ready to sign the minerals deal. How legit is that actually? He has said this 5 times. He's full of shit. He's never going to sign the damn thing. He's not going to. He has lied to Marco Rubio. I think, was it 4 or 5 times?
He's lied to Scott Bessent. He lied to Rubio. He lied to Vance, and he lied to Trump. He lied to all of the top officials in our administration. And guess what? The thing that we want from him, he probably doesn't fucking have.
So this was a scam I think he was trying to pull. He was trying to get this deal signed and then try to like make Trump accidentally agree to a bullshit deal. That's what I think we're trying to pull here. He knew the minerals are gone. The United Kingdom has it. What I think he was trying to do is, oh, by the way, Trump, before we sign this, you have to guarantee our independence or some crap like that. That's what I think we're trying to do, which is what he tried to do. And Trump saw right through it. Same thing with Vance. I mean, dude, you're talking to the President of the United States in the Oval Office. For starters, why the hell wasn't he in a suit? Why?
He was instructed to wear a suit and tie. He was instructed, by the way.
Are you serious?
To wear a suit and tie. Yes. The White House instructed him to wear a suit and tie. Zelensky claims ever since the beginning of the war that his military fatigues, his outfits or whatever, it's part of his devotion to being an on-the-ground battlefield soldier. He's fighting alongside his whole country because he doesn't want to dress in the morning. No, but at the end of the day, he wore a suit to the World Economic Forum in Davos. That shows you That shows you when he knows he has to clean up, he fucking cleans up. And because he didn't clean up for us, it's because he does not respect you or me or this country one fucking bit. We're just a fucking piggy bank to him.
Here's the truth that some people on the left are not going to accept. Zelensky would be dead without the United States. And even Musk. He would be dead right now. People forget about what Musk did. He got Starlink in Ukraine for free.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for that, they would have been dead. The country would have collapsed in 2 days. So, and people don't understand that. He's alive because of people like Musk, like even Trump. If it wasn't for Trump winning, Russia would have just bombed the shell of the country already. Well, they kind of did, but you get what I'm saying. It's like, the people he's disrespecting are the reason he's alive right now. Trump is trying to save Ukraine from being taken over by Russia. And this dumbass really thought, you know what? Let's try to get a bullshit deal through that we can't even accept.
Basically, Ukraine thinks that we're his bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot one thing. America's no one's bitch. Not anymore, at least. So. All right, American Nerd for 5. Breaking from Newswire. Atlanta's Fed's GDP Now Index forecasts U.S. economy to plunge at negative 3% in the first quarter. If that's true, will it impact us? I wanted to get to that because that's a pretty big deal.
All right, there's a lot of American stuff we need to get to.
Yeah. SOVN for 27. Notice how every new factory comes to red states. Yeah. Because these companies, they don't want to go to New York. You know how much it would cost to make a Honda
Part of the reason they left the country in the first place was blue state regulation, because most of the industry went down in blue states.
Can you imagine
that got regulated to shit?
Honda making a factory in California? How much would that freaking cost? 200 billion? 300 billion? That's why they're not going to blue states. They're going to red states because there's no regulation, there's no crazy tax code, and they're not worried about some crazy DA going after them.
I think California, I think there's a ban on making non-electric cars in California. Is there?
It's a hybrid car. Don't they love the environment? It's a hybrid car.
Oh no, they have to be fully electric.
These people are nuts.
All right. There's some things we need to discuss in America. So,
yeah, I want to talk with the GDP because that's people are panicking about that. So, for those that don't know, I think it was actually American Nerd. So he brought up the fact that Atlanta's Fed's GDP Now Index is saying the U.S. economy is going to go down 3% in the first quarter.
That's the TUMF economy.
Yeah, I want to be clear about one thing. I made a whole video on this, and a lot of people got pissed off with it, but this is the truth. I still think Trump needs to do more in the economy. That's my take. I think right now he hasn't done enough. Now, to say he's done nothing is ridiculous. That's not what I said. I said he needs to do more. Because if he's not seen doing enough to fix the economy, you know damn well what Democrats going to do. They're going to blame him no matter what. But then the average voter is going to actually believe, oh, Trump's policies did not work. So
egg prices, guys.
So listen, what I think's going on is two things. One, it's clear our GDP was bullshit. It was always bullshit. The last 20 years, it was propped up by government spending. I think even didn't Musk bring that up? He brought up government spending, inflated GDP by a crazy amount. So basically, it's bullshit. It's not real. And on top of that, does anyone really trust the numbers from Biden from his presidency?
Well, also GDP is such a useless thing. It doesn't say how the economy and how the average person's doing. It's just how it's going for the rich. That's basically all it does. It's not it's the state of the country, but it doesn't really have effect on the average person. No person is oh, the GDP's up. That's good for me. No one thinks that,
Yeah, well, it used to mean something, and it used to mean prosperity for the average person. It meant prosperity for the average person 40 years ago, but today it doesn't because they've manipulated the system so badly that none of it ends up going to the bottom line person. That's the disgusting and ugly truth of what the Democrats have been doing. Every single state that they've controlled, they've created a situation where there's the greatest income disparities in the states that they control. And GDP isn't more so a reflection of how much money they've been able to steal from the average American person than anything else. And that's primarily because of migration. and I've talked about that before, but you have to understand it's not a useful metric. We have a bunch of other economic metrics to talk about if we want to talk about the prosperity of the average person. So the GDP shifting doesn't alarm me. I really think right now we need to bank on not feels, not numbers, but real life. Like, are people able to afford things? Are people able to do X, Y, Z? We need to be looking at those real tangible metrics, not GDP.
Yeah, and I think what's going to happen is, like, this is my honest take. It's going to take, obviously, it's going to take a couple months, if not a couple years, to get this economy going. It's same with Reagan. It took him, how many years? 4 years, was it?
It took until March of 1984,
Yeah.
which was, like, think about that. He started in January of 81, and so he had basically 3 years and it took him 3 years and 2 months to actually get to like a 8% GDP growth. But until then, people were thinking that Reagan was full of shit, and he could have lost his re-election bid if the boost hadn't come. So really important.
Yeah, so I think what's going to happen is, like, the next year's been kind of shitty, but I think you're going to see better economic numbers throughout the year. It's going to start very bad because Biden. I mean, guys, does anyone really think inflation went because of Trump? Does anyone really believe that? It's just, it makes no sense. How would inflation go up when you're cutting government spending? How? Why? It's like, how does that make any sense? Inflation's up because Biden sucked. So, anyways.
Yeah.
K-Cup for 5. Which moment was better? We gave you millions to a stupid president, or what if a bomb drops on your head right now? I think it was when he called Biden out, and then Vance, like, started shitting on Zelensky. Which, speaking of that, can we clear up this misnomer that Zelensky did not start it? People are claiming that it was Vance and Trump that threw a hissy fit, and they got, like, they started it. It was Zelensky.
You can watch the video. It was Zelensky.
Oh no, Vance he raised his voice. Yeah, after the fact. These people are dumb. I don't get how anyone can, like, function. How these people can function. Seriously, how?
They're low IQ.
They're beyond low IQ. So, Mike for 2. Go on.
I would really like to put some perspective on it. Let's put a historical perspective on it. You are in 17th century France, and you're meeting with King Louis XIV in his, like, regal hallway. You're like some Slavic country equivalent to Ukraine, maybe the Polish Lithuanian Commonwealth, and you're asking for a shit ton of money. And then you cuss out the prince or something while you're there, and you're just really rude. Do you think anything happened? Like, that guy's lucky if he doesn't get, like, his head rolling off of the floor after that happens. And so, like, in other situations, I'm not saying that Trump's a king, an absolute monarch, because he's absolutely not. But, like, in any other historical situation, historical context for most of human history, this is like grounds for having your country invaded, not like concessions. So this is so bad. It's like the opposite of what diplomacy is supposed to be.
All
Yeah,
right.
no, you're in the Oval Office. You have to respect the
Keep
country
your
that you're
damn
in.
mouth shut. That's what he should have done. Kept his mouth shut. And he would have signed the deal,
Yep.
and they would have won. That's all he had to freaking do. But he's so arrogant. He really believes he has influence over America. He really believes it. And now the EU, which, by the way, I hope the EU does what they're going to do. Like, to basically tell America to, like, F off. It's like, okay, bye, good luck. Good luck.
Oh, NATO's falling apart? Good.
Yeah, I mean, these idiots, their militaries exist because of us. They have no military. They have nothing. I think in total they have, like, we talked about this earlier, the UK has like 30 tanks. Half the countries don't even have an air force. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to end real well. I'm sure that's going to go real well when it gets Russia. Go ahead. All right, Mike for 2. A shrinking economy equals lower interest rates. Good. Yeah, but I don't know. General Hydra for 5. Pete Hegseth talks smack at Hillary Clinton. It was funny as fuck. Did he? What did he say to Hillary Clinton? What?
Yeah.
Somebody, I don't know.
Oh, he ratioed Hillary Clinton because she was, like, talking about how, this government's in line with Russia and with Putler, and he basically ratioed her hard with a picture of her giggling and laughing with an official Russian diplomat. That was
all these
that was the
people,
ratio.
they did not care about Ukraine 10 years ago. Remember Crimea? Remember that one? How did that go? They just let Russia take it without anyone saying a word. So, but oh, now it's different. What a joke. All
All
right.
right. Let's
Hold
talk
up.
about.
Oh, we got breaking news. We have oh my gosh. According to the New York Post, Tim Walz is considering running for president in 2028.
Oh, that was. Oh, yeah, that's not really breaking. That's a few hours old. That was one of the stories I was going to discuss.
Oh my gosh, I just saw it. Tim
So
Walz.
I will say this. First off, I don't think he's going to run if Harris does,
Oh, he's not going to.
but he's probably waiting for Harris to make a decision on whether to run or not, or probably whether to run. She runs for governor, because if she runs for governor, she's going to get the nomination and she'll win.
Who
So
who thinks it's a good idea?
I will say this though. I think Walls actually. I don't think he'd be the front runner, but he would be a front runner
Well,
as far
yeah,
as name recognition.
just the
As far
simple
as name
fact is name
recognition.
recognition. So
Yeah, and being a former VP candidate, so it will
please.
definitely help him. Now he will well, yeah, but I mean, he'll completely flop in the debate. I think. I don't know. I don't think he'll actually be the nominee if he runs, but it would definitely be somewhat close.
I really hope that he runs and then he just gets crushed in like actually is it South Carolina's first now on the Democrat side?
South Carolina's first, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be here. Oh my gosh, they're gonna pick Jasmine Crockett or Harris.
Yes. Well, I don't know if it'll actually be Crockett's or not.
No, I heard from serious people that they actually will think Jasmine Crockett's a future.
If Harris doesn't run, she could. Then I could see her run.
If Jasmine Crockett, listen, I'm not saying it's for sure going to happen, but apparently the Democrat Party, the leadership, the top people, they actually think Crockett's the best option.
Oh yeah, because she owns Marjorie Taylor Greene. She owns her.
All right.
Facts and logic. I don't know. She might run for Senate, honestly, and I hope she does. Because Democrats have no money in Texas.
SOVN for 27. By the way, Russia's mineral deal still stands apparently. Yeah, so Russia offered their own deal, right? Was it exactly?
No, he basically is just offering. He says, "Look, listen, we have way more minerals than Ukraine does. If you guys need minerals, then we'll give you minerals from Russia." And basically, Russia just wants the same thing that was offered to Ukraine, which is American boots in their country, investment dollars going into Russia. But at the end of the day, if we need stuff to help build ships, if we need stuff to help build manufacturing stuff, houses, like whatever we need, he's willing to help us. And it would really curb any potential inflation that we get from the tariff policies if we did cooperate with Russia. So again, it's I know people hate the idea of it. A lot of people are disgusted by the idea of it, but it's actually really reasonable based off of what's currently going on.
It's reasonable, and the fact is, I'm not, listen, I cannot believe I'm saying this, and I'm not saying it's like, it's going to continue, but Russia has actually been more friendly to America than our own allies the last couple months. They have.
What is it? Because Ukraine.
You have to think about it right now. Like, Russia has been in complete diplomatic silence with the United States up until Trump got back into power. And that was not a good thing for the world, and that was not a good thing for us. But now that we're talking again, like, Putin's like just completely open door. Hey, United States, listen, let's just reset everything. Let's like build up economic ties. I'll do what you want. And the reason for that is because China actually can't provide him what his economy needs to sustain itself and to actually continue existing. Like, long term, Russia's kind of fucked. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Russia's kind of fucked economically long term.
Oh, dare you have diplomatic relations with Russia?
I think they're realizing that, and they probably realize, oh crap, we probably shouldn't rely on China because that's a whole different animal. But it's like,
yeah.
Well,
I don't think that their relationship with China is not going to go away. And it's really hard to make it go away now after everything that we've done. But right now, if we allow them a chance to pivot, they're going to invest more with the United States than with China. That's just the hard end of it.
All right. Maryland Agati for 2. Do you think World War III will start? Is there any hope? No, it's not going to happen, I don't think. Under Trump and Putin? No. I can't believe I'm saying that, but Trump and Putin, they're not going to start a war. So, between each other, of course. Mike for 2, we shouldn't be relying on Russia/Ukrainian minerals. Well, no, the whole point is we get money out of it. We get a shitload of minerals out of it, and we stop the war. So it's a win-win for everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to something. I need to talk about something that Brandon Gill proposed in Texas.
The Brandon Gill stuff. I saw your tweet on this. Let me pull this up.
Yeah. So Brandon Gill proposed a bill to put Trump on the $100 bill. Now, by the way, I believe America has laws to where no living person is allowed on currency. So technically, Trump would not be allowed on currency until he dies. And there might be time after that. I'm not sure exactly. I'm guessing this would get rid of the law. I'm not sure exactly. But again, this is really part of a bigger trend that we're seeing in Congress. And really just, I mean, not just Congress, even state legislatures, of basically just slapping Trump's name and face on everything.
Yeah.
Listen, I like, if we got stuff done, fine. Do this, have fun. But we have done nothing right now. Has Congress passed anything?
I mean, Lincoln Riley, but that was like...
That's one thing. I'm talking about...
Yeah, they passed Lincoln Riley, and then they can go and do their Trump worship stuff.
Oh, listen,
like, I mean, I'm sorry, I gotta say this is literal worship.
It is. Again, I understand, like, it's... listen. It would be a funny meme if this was after everything we passed. If this was after we passed border security funding. If it was after we passed the no tax on tips. Then have fun like this. Again,
and the thing is, they're doing all of this now.
Yeah.
Why are we doing all of it? Why are we doing all of the Trump slapping his stuff, his face and name on everything all at once? Why are we doing it all at once?
Because Congress is useless, and the only way that they can think to get attention as well as positive like press for themselves is by doing these bills. I think that's what it is. I think they see all the political capital. Trump's at his most popular he's ever been, and they want to cash in on the popularity before it declines or potentially declines. It may not decline, but that's the way they're thinking. They're thinking, well, if Trump gets less popular later, it won't matter. So do it now while he's popular.
All right, Glitch Evie.
That's probably a good explanation right there.
But just wait till after you pass shit. Do it in 2026 or whatever.
I mean, honestly, I'd probably just rather them do all of it until I'd rather. I mean, some of the like currency stuff, I kind of don't want to do it at all. But
yeah, I think that's dumb. I think it's stupid.
I mean, you could probably wait till after his term is over. Which, speaking of which, of course, they're also proposing, amending the 22nd Amendment to make him,
Trump clearly does want, guys. I don't care what he says. He's not going to run. I don't think he wants to run again.
I mean, he's going to joke and jab about serving a third term.
Yeah, he's not
until like 2027, where he says, "Yeah, I'm not running."
You can just tell he's not actually serious about that. He doesn't. Do you really think
Do you really think 83-year-old Trump wants to be in charge of America?
Like, I mean, his base wants him to, but.
Yeah, like again, he is working. Like you can tell, he is teaching Vance the ropes. Like look at the Ukrainian media. He let Vance go at Zelensky. He's letting him have his fun. So, what are you saying?
Oh no, I was just gonna say my permanent position throughout the entire fiasco of Trump currency is put him on the $5 bill. Put him on the $5 bill right now. Right now, put him on the $5 bill.
I would say just make a new one. Make like a $500 bill or something.
No, just put him on the $5 bill. The guy that's on there already doesn't deserve to be on there anyways.
Oh, well.
I would say just make a new one. A glitch.
I think we already have a $5. Don't we already have a $500 bill?
Oh, we used to, I thought. We might, I don't know, but glitch.
Oh, it's obsolete, but I think he used to have he used to have William McKinley on it.
Yeah. Glitch.
But it ended in 1945.
Yeah, so if we're gonna do that, just make a $500 bill. Be done with it. I
see. So Gosar actually had introduced a bill last year, which would have brought back the $500 bill, but with Trump on it.
Hold up. A glitch Evie for 2. We shouldn't remove Ben Franklin for the $100 bill. Yeah, that's stupid. I like Brandon Gill. I think he's a great guy, but I think it's stupid.
Gill's awesome. It's just he's just adding on to the trend. The thing is that some of these bills, I mean, I've seen them coming from great representatives like, Andy Ogles, Brandon Gill. I think Luna's done something like this.
Hold up.
And I've also seen some come from really shitty representatives like Joe Wilson out of South Carolina.
They're doing it to glaze Trump. Glitch EV for 2. Really edged my super chat, huh? What? Oh, gosh. We have breaking news. We have breaking news from the Vatican, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Breaking. Pope Francis has 2 episodes of respiratory failure and went into emergency non-invasive surgery just a little while ago. Yikes. So this whole saga's been it's been a couple weeks, and
kind of a mixed bag, because I think the last reports we got were basically saying that he basically survived the whole ordeal.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's it's respiratory failure. That's what it sounds like. Oof. Yeah, and he went into surgery. I'm not gonna comment on what's gonna happen because we've been speculating for a while now, but
all you guys can do is pray.
Yeah.
Just pray for the Pope, guys.
But personally, I think it's a matter of time at this point. I mean, he has survived a lot longer than I thought, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We should see.
By the way, yeah, Joe Wilson. What I mentioned, Joe Wilson. Yeah, that was to put Trump on a $250 bill.
Just make a $500. Don't do this bullshit. $250. Just do $500, or even $1,000 if you really want to.
I don't even think we have a $250 bill.
Yeah, just bring back the $500 bill and put Trump on it. It'd be done, or $1,000, or whatever.
Like, the only Trump rename I support for right now is like maybe the occasional highway, the Palm Beach International Airport, which probably is never going to happen because I think that's actually I think that's county owned, not like state owned. So you're probably going to have Republicans control Palm Beach County before they ever rename the airport. So maybe that's why they want to rename Nashville and Dulles after him.
Yeah, $47 bill. That would be kind of funny, but that's not going to happen, obviously. All right.
Oh, sorry guys, my Rhino side was taking over. Yeah, let's rename every highway and every airport after
Yeah, everyone's
Trump.
gonna call you Rhino, guys. So what Real Texas is saying is not him being a Rhino. It's just common sense. I don't want to see this crap either. Just, dude, fine, change an airport name. Fine, after we're done with everything else, do it at the end of his term or something.
I would say, yeah. I mean, let's honestly, let's try to get Republicans to take control of the Palm Beach County government, and then after Trump's term is done, then let's rename Palm Beach International Airport after Trump. That'll take care of the airport renames. You're done after that. No more. Maybe the occasional highway somewhere, maybe a freeway in Miami or New York City. Well, New York's not going to happen, but Miami probably.
K-Cup for 5. I don't know about you guys, but I love my gold $1 million Trump dollar I have hanging up in my office. That baby's gonna be worth billions when Knox's phone empty. That's real. Yeah, the Trump dollar. That's worth $1 billion.
Also, all the Trump influencers are raving about the Trump $100 bill.
Speaking of the Trump influencers, where the hell is the update for Epstein stuff? Anyone know?
I don't know.
Anyone got anything?
They probably they hung the binders on their wall and stuff. I don't know.
If you're looking for Epstein, there's no new news, but the news that we have is that Kash Patel had 2 weeks from what was it, last Thursday, in order to discover who was behind the cover-up, grab the files, present them to her. So they're on a timetable, but you just have to, again, just let things work out. It probably would be news next week if I had to guess.
There's been so many conspiracy theories now. That's just that sucks about this because certain people think there's certain countries involved in everything, and now they're gonna think, oh, they delayed it to destroy all the evidence. That's what's gonna happen.
Certain people are also probably gonna think that a certain person is involved with this. And I'm thinking,
yeah,
Moldovan will probably think Trump.
Gosh. Yeah, it's like, oh, they're censoring all the Trump information, even though they literally released evidence that has Trump's name in it. Which I think that debunks any idea that Trump was why would he release it? Alright, and speaking of Trump, so there was a poll from Rasmussen today I want to bring up. Actually, a couple polls. So we had a couple from Jail Partners and TIPP. fairly solid pollsters. So Rasmussen, they found they do a daily tracker, and what was it? They had Trump at like 60% with young people. Yeah. So according to Rasmussen, those under the age of 40 approve of Trump's performance. 60% say they approve of it. What do you guys think? I'm not really surprised, but I mean, I'm curious what you guys have to say to this.
Beautiful.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. I think just a matter of time before this happened. Now, there are other pollsters full of crap. Marist, we'll talk to you in a second. But, I mean, like, the halfway good pollsters, they're showing Trump's improvements. It's not with old white boomers. It's with young people. It's with Hispanics, African Americans. So, let's see.
Speaking of old white boomers, we need to discuss something else.
Oh, for the town
Oh, no.
halls.
My only comment on the Trump approval among youth is that I love the trajectory. I hope we continue it into the next election cycle, because if we do, then the momentum will go crazy, and pretty much, a crazy amount of youth might vote Republican next time if we keep the momentum.
A glitch Evie for 2. The Epstein stuff makes me really, really mad. Yeah, I mean, that's horseshit. Give us the files already. I mean, stop with this crap. Oh, no, we forgot there's evidence here. No. Stephen Howard for 5. Bonnie's my least favorite member of the cabinet so far. I really wish Gates had gotten there. Yeah, but Gates was never going to get that position. I'm sorry, guys. I would have loved that, but nope.
People were literally, R-worded, and you have photo ops with a bunch of influencers with binders. You got the fucking brick roll.
Yeah, I think this is the first Trump L. I mean, how could anyone defend this?
Was this? I mean, that was kind of like out of his control, wasn't it?
It was. It's like, I should say it's his fault. It's like the administration's fault.
Yeah, it's his administration's first L. I wouldn't say.
I don't know what they were doing. It's like, listen, okay, fine. If you would have done that, just release all the documents to the influencers early, and then release it publicly like an hour later. Don't announce to the world about this. That's what I think made people mad. The fact is they had a photo op before anyone saw it. So
like, libs of TikTok with DC Doreno and Jack Posobiec and Chad Prather, all of that.
Chad Prather.
God, that was kind of random, honestly.
Yeah, it's like, of all people, it's like, you would have thought it'd be like, where's Tucker Carlson? Where is he?
No, it's got to be the ex-influencers, Twitter ones.
I guess, yeah. Well, he kind of...
That's where the base is.
He kind of is. Kind of. Anyways. Alright, how is it Trump's responsibility if it's Bonnie's idea to make it a big show? Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not Trump's fault. It's just his administration effed up. And then a House Judiciary Committee.
Yeah, that's probably Bonnie's, first sell. But, I mean, now I'm not going to blame her entirely. I
think what happened was this is what I think actually happened. If they would have communicated this better, no one would be mad. Well, people would be mad, but they would understand. So what I think happened was they thought they had all the files. They thought that was it. All the files are there and we're done. Well, they found out a whistleblower told them that there's more. That's what I think actually happened. And they're like, oh crap, we gotta scramble. And that's why they have phase 1. That's what I think actually happened. They were like, oh crap, we were expecting this to be all the files, but in reality, no. So it's phase 1.
Yeah, by the way, where's the MLK files? Where's the
Okay, so
we need RFK, we need JFK.
I'm gonna go ahead and interject here. Okay, so I think the main thing people miss with this situation is that 2 separate events became one cohesive event. The press meeting was planned way before Pam Bondi was actually going to release the files. And what was the purpose of all those people showing up at the White House? Well, the main thing is that, as you've seen with the Trump administration battling with the Associated Press, with HuffPo, with all of these left-wing outlets, they're trying to find a new way to disseminate information entirely separated from mainstream media. That was the purpose of them being there. Epstein wasn't supposed to be involved. There was no Epstein files. It was just them coming, hey guys, we're going to give you the info now. You're going to give it to the world. We hope we can trust you. And if we can't trust you, I hope you show us very quickly that we can't trust you. And so then they went and this is what they said in the meeting, because I have one specific contact you guys can probably infer of someone who's in the meeting. And they told me that at the meeting, they were all told that basically there's no smoking gun in these files. There's nothing in the files. Nothing's going to happen. and we want to give you these because this is like our first sign of trust to you guys. And then they went out, and here's the whole thing. I think that the photo op and the smiling and the binders, all these terrible optics that came out of it, were the crashing of that original intent with the Epstein files being released. I do think this is a slip up by Pam Bondi, but like at the end of the day, I really think people would be more understanding of the situation if they realized that the point wasn't, oh, we're gonna, bullshit you rug pull with, nothing burger files. The point was the mainstream media, legacy media, no longer controls the flow of information. This is something to celebrate. This is something to
Right.
cherish. That was the point, and it got mixed together with the Epstein shit. It was
They effed
terrible,
up.
really bad thing. They effed up, but at the end of the day, like I really just want people to appreciate not what they did with Epstein, but just what that was actually supposed to be, which was
All right.
us being freed from the legacy media.
Polite,
That was the purpose.
polite rude guy for 2. Trump 2028. We need a strong attorney general now. Guys, Trump's not getting rid of Bondi. He's not.
She's not.
Unless he goes full Jeff Sessions, then maybe, but I don't think she will. Rap is right. Cernovich was on Timcast saying that the story was supposed to be the letter Cash sent, requesting for us the files and not to make a big deal about it, but they were under embargo. Well, they screwed that up then. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I want to bring up this Maris poll because I think we have proof the polls are full of shit. Some of them. Now listen, I'm not trying to allege anything, but okay. So my question, everybody, is what's the oldest Zoomer? Anyone know what year the Gen Z started? Anyone know?
Like 1996, I believe.
Usually 6 or 7, which is really funny because that makes me technically a Zoomer.
All right, so I'm gonna just double check to make sure because I'm just curious about something. So there was this Maris poll that came out, and the headline was Trump -6 approval, and of course it's by NPR. Won the word again. NPR Maris was awful in 2024. I think they had like Harris +7 or something. They sucked. But anyways, Gen Z, the years are usually like 1995, 96. So let's just say the oldest Zoomer's like 29. Is that fair? Just say 29. Somewhere in that range.
28, 29.
Okay, so Maris poll had a very interesting crosstab. So those between the ages of 18 and 29 was -9 for Trump, okay? -9. Take a guess what Gen Z was. Again, this is Gen Z. This should be the entire 18 to 29 block, or like 99% of it.
What was Gen Z?
What?
Trump like -40 or something. I don't know.
-17. Anyone notice a problem with that?
It's all
This is
women.
Maris?
Well, yeah, it's Maris. But no, the whole problem is this is the same age block for Gen Z. But magically, Maris found a huge gap. In the same poll, they have Gen Z and 18 to 29 in separate parts of the poll. And they found Trump was -17 with Gen Z, but -9 with 18 to 29.
Doesn't make sense.
It's impossible. It is mathematically impossible for there to be a gap this big. If it was like 1%, fine. Because maybe there's some very young millennials. Fine. But a 8-point gap. What does this tell everyone?
Maris is full of shit?
Yeah. So the only way for this poll to be accurate is the very young millennials, they're like 1% of this voter block, maybe, is to be like +100 for Trump. Basically, every single one of them said, yes, we love Trump. What a pile of crap. Does anyone actually believe this? Godsmack Air 69 for 5. What do we have to do to get a competent attorney general for once? Bondi sucks. I mean, again, it's early with Bondi. We don't know. So, anyways, but yeah, it's like this is a pollster. Maris is a garbage pollster, but take a guess who sponsored them. I think I said this. It's NPR.
Yeah.
Anyone know what NPR is? Anyone know?
So,
it's funded by the government.
yeah, National Public Radio. But at the end of the day, NPR was being funded through USAID and it was being funded through other stuff indirectly.
Every time.
Yeah, so this is somebody who just got like, and Republicans are calling right now to end all funding to NPR. I believe John Kennedy from Louisiana went up and he did like a 30-minute speech on the Senate floor about defunding NPR. So
Lyndon Johnson. Oh.
Yeah. So basically, like again, I'm curious. I'm gonna ask like an actual pollster, I'm gonna see if I can get Bears to look at this because how can you explain this? How? How can you explain an age gap for this generation when it's the same generation? It's the same years. Unless they're full of crap, they lied about the poll, and they did not cover it up properly. So, we'll see, though. We'll see. I'll get an actual pollster to look at this, because something ain't right here.
I had sent a couple tweets. I had sent a couple tweets in the chats. So first off, Trump Jr. just met with Nate Morris, who's likely to run for Senate in Kentucky.
Oh, he is?
Nate Morris. Well, I mean.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm just saying that he met with Don Jr. So it's looking like he might have to trust. He may have to trust the Trump family.
Well, we saw this with McCormick at 22, and he didn't get the backing. So it's early, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Cameron hasn't gotten any endorsements yet, not even from I don't even think Congress or anything, goes to show that something might be up. I'm not sure. Right. And the other thing that I pulled up here is I think there was apparently a special election held. I don't know.
No, actually, it was held on November 5th. What the hell happened?
Oh, it was November. Oh.
What the hell?
Yeah, so it was tied.
What?
An exact tie.
An exact tie in the Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah.
Of course. All right, Dustin Carter for 2.
State House General 41. I gotta look and see where that is.
Dustin Carter for 2. Those born in the 90s are superior to 2000s babies. What do you mean?
Apparently it was apparently that election was decided by a coin toss.
And the Democrat one, of course.
Literal coin toss. Well, I think it was also the incumbent. So. 41. Where is that? That is McAllen. That's downtown McAllen.
We got a couple Trump tweets at Truth Social, so you get the point. So first thing, Trump called out Europe. He said Trump is out calling out Europe for spending more money on. Hold up, what did he actually say? There we go, found it. Europe has spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have spent on defending Ukraine by far. So it looks like Trump is starting to ramp up the Europe attacks. And then we got breaking news, as it sounds like starting April 2nd. According to Trump, there will be tariffs going into effect on foreign goods. And it sounds like for agriculture stuff. To the great farmers of the United States, get ready to start making a lot of agricultural product to be sold inside the United States. Tariffs will go into effect on April 2nd. Have fun.
God bless. God bless.
Interest. The way he phrased it, tariffs will go on external product. That's a weird way he phrased it. He means imports, right? That's what I'm guessing.
That's what he means. He means like you guys aren't gonna have any trouble selling stuff to other countries, but we're doing protectionist policy for you guys making agricultural product for domestic United States. This is a wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Trump. Thank you, Emperor. Whatever you want to be called now. God bless.
Real. But yeah, so Trump is actually taking the tariffs seriously. So I guess it's happening no matter what now. At least on some products.
Yep.
Now, is that all agricultural imports from foreign
That's
countries?
what it sounds like. Oh my gosh, the people are gonna go nuts with the egg prices. Oh my gosh.
The eggs.
You know the funny thing is though, so when did they kill the chickens again?
Last year under Biden.
So it takes like 20 weeks or whatever for them to start laying eggs. Or it's something like that. So by the time the tariffs go into effect, that's when they're going to start making eggs.
I mean, if they're still killing them, then
I don't think they are.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I mean, Trump's actually put out a plan. I don't know how much you guys saw of it, but they've actually made a plan that they posted on WhiteHouse.gov for getting the
Yeah, I saw that.
getting the egg prices down, like specifically for getting egg prices down. So
All right, Justin
they're
Carter
going
for
to work on it.
Justin Carter for 2. Cameron shouldn't run his what is it for Kentucky?
Shouldn't run his Partick Dispos. I don't know.
I don't know what
the
that
fuck
is.
that is.
I'm concerned.
Probably.
Oh, Cameron should not run. His party disposition isn't for Kentucky. Maybe he's saying like the disposition of Cameron is not right for Kentucky. He should
Oh.
not replace McConnell. Yeah.
Well, the thing with Cameron is
something-
like
what does that mean?
he would be an upgrade over McConnell, but he's not the best.
Something dark vision for Kentucky. I don't know.
Anyways, egg prices went up during Obama. What?
Anyways, let's talk about the town halls.
Oh yeah, so I'm getting sick of this crap, guys. These are Democrats. How many times do I gotta say this?
Yeah. So there was a town hall in oh goodness, this one was a beauty. Blount'sville, Tennessee.
Yeah, can you pull
In
this up?
Tennessee's first.
Can you pull this up?
Tennessee. If I can find a tweet. Tennessee's first district, the reddest congressional district in the United States, and Democrats are freaking out about it.
Guys, these are Democrats going to these town halls. They have nothing better to do.
Yeah, Blount'sville, by the way, I should pull this up here, is an hour and a half drive from Knoxville, Tennessee, which is probably the biggest Democrat stronghold. I mean, it's not even that much of a stronghold. Harris won the city of Knoxville by like maybe 15 or something. So not even really a stronghold for Democrats, but it's the only like Democrat city in the entirety of East Tennessee.
Yeah, so Trump
With
put
like a substantial amount.
Trump put out a statement on this, and like this bozo that the coast the fire that she's showing like Fox News or whatever. But point is, it's like she's saying maybe, just maybe, Americans don't need to be paid money to hold political leaders accountable. Ted Martin admitted on national TV these are Democrats. He went to MSNBC and said, "Yeah, so the town halls are filled with our activists." And
yeah, we bust our activists in from the nearest major.
That's what he
cities
said.
To these places,
and now it's getting caught. George Soros got caught. His group got caught spending money on these people. So these are Democrats. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to make Republicans like a dumbass from Georgia, McCormick, to really think, oh my goodness, these are Republicans. I got to vote against everything Trump supports. That's what he's doing. That's what they're doing. And people are falling for it. You know how I know these are not Republicans? I know how.
Because Republicans don't show up to town halls.
That's one thing. But notice how they act. Notice what the stuff they say.
You're a threat to democracy.
Exactly. They say stuff like, you're a threat to our democracy. You are going to cut Medicare. You're going to... It's just MSNBC talking points. That's... Yeah. Who do you think watches MSNBC?
Democrats.
Yeah. John, what do you think about the intellectuals? The intellectual stuff?
Yeah.
What do I think about the intellectual? Well, I mean, if you're talking about what you're just saying, I legitimately saw some footage of like some of these protests, some of these other stuff. I think everybody's showing up to this crap, the town halls, whatever else. They're fucking old. They're just
exactly.
They're old resist. They're probably retired, so they just do nothing.
This is the demographic. This is the only.
They do nothing but scroll Facebook and share every Occupy Democrats post.
This is the
they
only.
Watch, MSNBC, and they laugh at Stephen Colbert ranting about TOOMF.
I made a whole video on this. I might have to make a whole make a documentary on this at this point.
And they're on Blue Sky like 24/7.
I have looked at the exit poll data from several outlets. I made a whole video on this. There's only one demographic that swung towards Harris in 2024. It's the old ass white resist liberal.
The old rich white people.
It's old ass. We'll just say it is. It's at 65 to 74 block. They swung like 10 points Democrat, 15 points. That's the only demographic that swung significantly to the left.
And there's a combination of, there's maybe some more conservative ones in like the South dying off, but also you have those old school Reagan Republicans that are like, oh, Donald Trump's a threat to democracy. Yeah. I didn't leave the Republican Party. The Republican Party left me. Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney are heroes to democracy.
Exactly.
Democracy. Harris is our savior. I don't know.
Same thing with you see those shitty Ukrainian protests in New York? It's the same
Yeah,
people.
yeah. Again, it's the town hall crowd. There was another town hall, by the way, in Wiley, Texas, in Keefe Self's district. Now, Keefe Self won by like 25 points. This is a very Republican district. You could argue there might be some. I mean, it's drawn kind of weird because Texas redistricting. They drew Dallas really weird. I'm sorry, I gotta call out a mutual of mine here. I think it was like Harry Reid fan or something said that district would probably flip.
Oh, that guy's. I don't like to say things about people, but that guy is just. I don't know.
Yeah, Texas First will totally flip because of a town hall in Wiley. Yeah, do you not realize Wiley is a suburb of Dallas?
Yeah.
Dallas.
It's a Democrat. These are old ass Democrats. And they're dying
And
off.
by the way, it's not just Dallas you're near. You're near like Plano. You're near Richardson. You know, those are Democrat cities with a lot of old Democrats.
I mean, like, this is just insane. I mean, look at the Ukrainian protests. Same thing. It's the same crowd. It's old ass white voters. You notice, has there been a single black voter in these town halls?
Nope.
Has there been a single Hispanic?
No. I don't think any of these town halls that we've seen so far are in like heavy Hispanic areas.
I get that, but like, if these are truly Democrats, wouldn't you see the one token black guy?
If they're truly, if you mean they're truly Democrats, I mean they are Democrats, but
well, like no, if yeah, I mean like I'm just saying, yeah, excuse me, but it's like no, what I mean is like you're not seeing any of the actual Democrat voters, like the longtime Democrats. They're not going to these town halls. It's a certain group of the Democrat Party that control the party. So
you're seeing the Adam Kinzinger Democrats.
Yeah, that's who you're seeing, the Liz Cheney types. I can't believe we can call them Liz Cheney Democrats. That's what these people are. They're Liz Cheney Democrats.
Yeah, and like this isn't an intellectual perspective. This is just an old head perspective. Like when I was a teenager, we were watching the Occupy Wall Street shit, and that was the most humiliating, pathetic, like protest we had ever seen. And like you would have like that one weird kid in the back of the class, and he would be like, like writing like an A anarchy symbol on into his desk with like a pencil or something. Everybody thought that guy was a fucking weirdo. He's just really weird and creepy. And like this is the whole thing. This is the vibe that they're giving off now. They're giving off this extremely defeatist, humiliatingly bad vibe. I just want you guys to understand. It feels the way the Democrats are protesting right now. It feels as pathetic as it did all those years ago, 12 years ago, 13, 14 years ago. It's so bad.
I think it's more pathetic.
Going back to that Diana Harshbarger town hall, I just realized there's actually another Democrat stronghold city that's actually closer to Blountville, Tennessee. And it's not even in Tennessee, by the way. It's Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah.
So they're probably busting in Democrats from North Carolina.
I'm curious.
Tennessee.
If someone sees a town hall, if someone participates in a town hall, go outside and see if there's any buses. I'm curious. If someone can, and you're one of these town halls, if you can, I'm not saying you have to drive 10 hours or whatever, but if you live in an area that has a town hall, go to one. Go see if there's any buses out there and record it.
Maybe these are being paid for by USAID.
Exactly, that's the whole point. They got caught being paid off. Partly got paid off by Soros.
USAID, Soros, the literal DNC.
Well, it's the source of USAID is the same thing. That got exposed. That's one big ship. It's just the same thing. So, K Cup for 5. Jessica Tarlow is dumb. Gut feel the water's laid to him every single day. She just needs to be replaced by Harold Ford Jr. He's not terrible. Yeah, Jessica Tarlov is. Anyways, funny. Anyways, Dustin Carter for 2. Republicans need to find a way to bridge the gap with college voters. Well, I think Charlie Kirk's doing that, actually.
Yeah.
He's doing that. But you gotta see what you let Kirk, but he's going to these town halls.
I want to say something. I think people have a lot of negative impressions of Charlie Kirk based off of who they've seen him be in 2019, 2020, 2021. I'm telling you, post 2024, Charlie Kirk is a different person, and I don't know what happened to him. But yesterday he put out a beautifully articulate stance on immigration, responding to people trying to bash him from the right. He said exactly what I think every single conservative needs to say, and so I'm just saying he has very sharp and advanced rhetoric that can penetrate college educated voters. It's really he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
It's not just, legal good and legal bad.
Yeah, he's
It's not
actually
just, it's not just, demon KKK rats are the real racists.
he actually had a change of heart. He had a legitimate change of heart because he realized that he was wrong. That's what happened.
I think, well, this is what Data Republican told me in private, which was she was just like, Charlie Kirk's being radicalized. Like she said that to me like in October, I think, and she was just like the whole time like she was working with him during the election, and I was just like hearing it's like, yeah, like when he gets behind scenes, he's just really he's getting pretty radicalized. So I actually believe that. I think he's just gotten a lot further right.
Well, he realized that his libertarian philosophy is wrong. And everyone goes through the libertarian phase. It's bullshit. It's complete horseshit.
No.
But yeah, so real text. I saw what you said. What? This is actually a real thing. You're telling me that a very Republican district that voted for Trump, they're saying Trump does have a mandate. I'm sure these are Republicans. Sure.
Oh yeah, they're totally Republicans. They're totally not just Democrats from Asheville and Knoxville. No. They're totally Republican voters from
the average independent agrees with Trump having a mandate. There's 20 polls that show the same thing. Yeah. 70% of independents said Trump has a mandate. 65%, 50%. It's like these are not even independents.
Okay, I've yet to get a coherent answer to this question, but like if Trump doesn't have a mandate, then who does?
Yeah.
Who does?
Trump.
Kamala Harris?
Yeah. Well, no, the first tweet I see in the thread, and I cannot. This is real, by the way. Someone posted this. This bozo, I don't even know who this is, but he this idiot posted like the first tweet. It's
Democrats are gonna flip Tennessee's first or something.
No, it's like 31.7% of Americans voted for Trump. 30.8% voted for Harris. 1% voted third party. 36% did not vote. More Americans voted for someone other than Trump. Not a landslide, not a mandate.
Okay, so does that mean that Democrats have... Okay, so that basically means Democrats have the mandate. They're saying Democrats have the mandate because more people didn't vote for Trump.
He is saying that there's never been a mandate in American history.
Yeah, never.
These people are so idiotic. I mean,
totally. FDR didn't have a mandate when he got like 98% of the votes.
Yeah, this is a real tweet, by the way. K Cup for 2. Republicans are actually working during these. Yeah, that's a funny thing. It's like the average Republican, they're busy.
They're probably, I mean, it's probably taking place at night, so they're probably just having dinner with their families and stuff. And then, your resist lib, your 65-year-old resist lib probably doesn't even have children.
Oh, some of them do, but they hate their family. There's
studies
on this.
Oh yeah, they probably disown their own children because they voted for Trump.
No, these are the type of people. It's like that. There's been a bunch of studies on this, and it's like every demographics or every age group's like 90% said they're going to give their money to their kids when they die. There's only one group that doesn't say that.
The boomers.
Yeah, the only demographic that
you don't deserve my money because you voted for Trump. You voted for me.
It's like 50-50. That's that generation. Again, I gotta make a whole documentary on that, I think, because a boomer generation has caused so much harm to America that I cannot put it in words how much damage they've done. They've done nothing positive. Tony Vatillo stand for 5. I live in West Knoxville, and there is way more Trump supporters than Harris supporters. The more you go into the main city, though, then it's different. Yeah, it's like you go to the main part of the city. Yeah, you're gonna see the resist liberals, like the old ass.
Oh yeah, I mean downtown Knoxville. I mean, you have the University of Tennessee right there.
Yeah,
like Knoxville is a Democrat city, but it's not like overwhelmingly Democratic, like Nashville or Memphis. I mean, Memphis is like 80% Democrat, but that's just because of black people. Nashville's where your resist libs are, but they also have a lot of black people there too.
Dustin Carter for 5. I worry about new blue-collar Republican voters that will cause the GOP to take college-educated for granted. I understand the new party's working class, but college is needed. Well, the thing is, Republicans are shitting the bed with like post-grads. They're never coming back. The guys those voters are gone. That ship has sailed 10 years ago. But what Republicans should do is win some college-educated voters. You know, the ones with like an associate's degree. That's how you win. You build a coalition of those without a college degree, and then some. That's how you win. That's how Trump won in 2024 easily. So.
Yeah. I don't think the college vote's going to be needed because an increasing number of people are going to be dropping out of college. An increasing number of people are not going to. The value of college is dropping so much. So non-college grads, they're gonna become a larger constituency. And honestly, as we reindustrialize, they should. We need people in trades and skills, and we honestly just need mass vocational education pushes across the country.
I agree.
So yeah, no, I don't think we have to worry about college educated as much. That and there really is no way of penetrating them other than deprogramming them.
Deprogramming.
Well, I mean, we're going after the top Ivy League universities, like the we talked about it before, like last week or 2 weeks ago. The whole endowment thing, like we're trying to screw over those Ivy League schools, and
Good.
they're not gonna be forgiven until they stop the woke shit. And if they do, well, then that all translates downstream, and maybe the college educateds can be less, propagandized, manipulated.
Oh, hold up. So, interest tidbit for jail partners. So much for Maris, by the way. So Maris had -17 for Gen Z. Trump plus 12 with Gen Z, according to jail partners. So, gee, who do I trust more? Jail partners, which they're not the best pollster, but they're a pollster that tries, and they tend to be sometimes accurate. Or
government funded radio.
Yeah, and that's being paid by USAID, and they're salty that Trump cut it. Gee, I wonder who I'm gonna trust more. Rasmussen, same thing. Listen, Rasmussen gets a lot of shit, but I trust them way more than Marist or the New York Times or any of these quality pollsters. These pollsters freaking suck. So.
Oh, by the way, did you hear about the Oscars rules for Best Picture?
I saw that. I don't even want to talk about that. That pissed me off so much. The movie that won.
Oh yeah, your lead character has to be. Oh, okay. You can have a white lead character as long as one of the supporting characters is of a marginalized community.
It's basically you have to have a token black guy, basically.
And the story has to revolve around some kind of marginalized community.
Hollywood is wondering why they're losing money, hand over fist.
So there has to be a liberal message.
Yeah.
In the movie. But then again, that's what the critics like.
And the average person doesn't. And for those that don't know, the movie that won the Best Picture was literally a film about a prostitute being good. Prostitution being good. That's the movie that won it. That's what they're promoting.
I mean, they've become the party of the sex worker.
I mean, listen, remember 10 years ago, prostitution was seen as a bad thing. Even if states had legalized it like Nevada, it was seen as a bad thing.
Now they want to legalize it nationwide.
Now they want to promote. It's not just they want to promote it. Yeah, the movie about sex workers is a Best Picture. I never even heard of the movie. I never even heard of it.
YouTube is literally putting, porn in their ads.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just about every ad I get now on YouTube has cropped, corn, and it's either that or some AI girlfriend, whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't even know why those are the ads I get.
Frankie Jr. says, I wrote a story that had 4 main characters. They realized it was 1 white guy, 2 black guys, and a Chinese guy. Until I finished because that's what the characters were. Well, it's if you have tell a story as is. If you have a story, just don't force crap like that. If you want to have a story about sex workers, I'm not going to watch it. But to force it to win the Oscars? Really? K-Cup for 2. Sonic 3 wasn't eligible for Best Picture, enough said. I mean, as someone that wants to go to filmmaking, I'm glad Hollywood's going to get blown up the next 10 years. Which, by the way, did Trump say, he wants to do stuff with Hollywood? Did he say he has advisors or something?
Yeah, he has 2 Hollywood ambassadors. I don't know what the heck.
No, it's 3 actually. It was Mel Gibson, right?
Something like that.
Stallone.
Mel Gibson, I think it was Sylvester Stallone.
And the third one, what's his name?
Oh, is it it's one of the Quaid brothers, I think.
I think so.
I think it's Randy. I could be wrong. It's either Randy or Dennis.
Yeah, it's the Stallone. It's Gibson, I think. And there's one more. I can't think of his name.
Apparently, the Quaaludes don't get along with each other, from what I've heard.
Oof.
We
We need more pussy.
I know one of them played Reagan in the recent biopic, and I know the other
John
one is cousin
Vaught. That's
Reagan.
who it is. It's Vaught.
Oh, John Vaught. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a 3. Yeah, so it's basically Rocky, and then the guy from Braveheart, can't think of his name, and then what movie was he in? Shit. What
Who?
movie was he in?
Who?
Vaught.
Oh, I can probably look that up.
I could have sworn he. Let's see. If anyone knows, let me know, because I think he's an Academy Award. Yeah.
Let's see, I think it's like Coming Home.
Coming Home. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
The original Transformers, and it's.
Yeah, Mel Gibson's Mad Max. Yeah. Mel Gibson's Mad Max. And
He's
Braveheart.
also the father of Angelina Jolie, who I'm pretty sure is a liberal. So.
Oh gosh, that's fun. But yeah, so I think
And
Hollywood's
there's
dead.
been Angelina Jolie, the woman that's been divorced like 3 different times.
Honestly, I don't know how Hollywood's even around anymore. Who'd watch that stuff anymore?
I mean, honestly, the only movies that make money nowadays are like franchises.
Even there, I mean, like, only certain movies in those franchises, like, Deadpool 3 was good. The only ones that make money are ones that are good. Or they have heart in them. You don't see that. I mean, like,
Which is why they don't get nominated for Best Picture.
yeah, the movies are actually halfway good. They get nothing. But all the
Yeah,
ones
obviously Deadpool 3. Yeah, Deadpool 3 is not gonna get nominated for Best Picture because it doesn't have a hidden liberal message.
yeah, it
of,
does. Well, I mean, they try to
of,
make it
type-
because, well, they try to
of,
make a joke.
Trump.
Well, real text, remember, they made a joke with the resurrection in the movie, and like people lost their minds over that. But I don't know. It's like I don't know why the good movies don't get nominated. I know it makes sense. Like if Marvel never gonna win.
Honestly,
Best
there
Picture.
could probably be a movie where every single bit of dialogue is "fuck Trump," and it would probably get nominated for an Oscar.
Did The Apprentice get nominated? I wonder.
Yeah, friend.
It probably
Not for
did.
Best Picture.
I'm surprised.
Not for Best Picture, but Sebastian Stan was nominated for Best Actor.
Of course he was.
You know, that had potential to be a good movie.
Yeah.
But then they forced in the R-word scene to give it that liberal message, to give it that Oscar.
All they had to do was tell it as is, and that's all they had to do. And then they had to push that crap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, that was a good idea. It's like, hey, this guy, the future president, he's a freaking...
You know, I mean, I like the idea of a Trump biopic set in the 80s.
Yeah.
And yes, I know Trump has, Trump has not been the most faithful person.
Yeah, everyone knows
I
that.
understand that.
But show that in an honest way.
Unfortunately have to admit. But.
Don't show, like, oh, he supposedly raped somebody, which everyone knows is bullshit. Everyone knows it's horseshit.
Like, yes, he has cheated on his wives before.
Show that don't say it's rape.
And even then, I'm pretty sure Ivana and him were still friends until she died.
Yeah, they were like, again, it's like they didn't hate each other.
I mean, maybe briefly when
yeah, right after they got divorced. Yeah, but they didn't like, oh yeah, I want to kill each other. No, they never did that.
No.
And I think even one of Trump's wives, like, I think the second one, I think she supported Trump for president.
I think Ivana even supported Trump for president.
Yeah. So what does that tell you? Should there be a movie award show where the fans get to vote on what's the best? Yeah, because critics are
I'm pretty sure there is, but it's not the Oscars.
Yeah,
because they have their own committees and stuff.
The Oscars.
It's like the Grammy Awards. The Grammy Awards is literally the exact same thing, where they have a committee to vote on the nomination.
And the committee's garbage. They're all the same people. So.
And I think it might even be the same with. Actually, I think it's all the EGOTs.
The who?
The EGOT, the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Oh.
I think they're all controlled by like the same people.
It's the same people.
But they call it the EGOTs because people have won awards in all 4 of them, and usually it's like the big celebrities. and the arts and all that.
All right. I think Dana White said the one and only time that she saw Trump cry was when the news broke that Ivana had died. That speaks volumes of his relationship. Yeah, I always believed he truly loved and cared for Ivana, even when they divorced. But I don't know. Only studio in Disney as a whole that is completely screwed is Star Wars and Pixar. What? They're cooked.
They screwed over Star Wars.
Star Wars is dead. Just
What
pack
the
it
hell
up.
what the hell are you talking about? I mean, maybe Force Awakens wasn't that bad.
Because they freaking made, because it wasn't halfway. It was halfway decent compared to other movies. It's like
Kathleen Kennedy, I think she say like she wasn't actually stepping down.
Yeah, now she's like, no, actually I'm staying. And the entire world cried during the news. All right. Anyways, Trump is an interesting character. He has a personality to be either a lovable anti-hero or villain if written correctly. Case in point, Funny Valentine from JoJo Bizarre's Adventure. Well, I mean, Trump is Trump. So. All right. If anyone got more super chats and more questions, concerns, comments, send them now. Last calls for super chats, folks. Last calls for super chats. So we will be back tomorrow night to stream the state of the, well, what's it called? The joint address or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not the State of the Union. It's a State of the Union, guys. Let's stop pretending otherwise. It's all about a name. The State of the Union.
That's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it's tomorrow night.
Okay, so we're streaming after that.
No, we're streaming during it.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm curious. I want to see if there's. Oh gosh, are Democrats gonna have like the Ukraine flags?
Oh yeah, they will.
They're gonna wave it. I know Republicans did that.
They'll have except for Tlaib, she'll have the Palestine flag.
Yeah, just like 1 or 2 Palestinian flags. How much does Vance win by if he runs against Walls? Vance crushes him.
Actually, I wonder if they're all gonna get like tailor-made, blue and yellow suits.
Oh my gosh! Don't even suggest that. Don't.
You know what that reminds me of? The second Trump A attempt guy.
Yeah.
Had like blue and yellow dyed hair. Because I mean, this guy was like a complete Ukraine nationalist.
Yeah, he was helping recruit people into the Ukrainian army from, I believe, Pakistan and a couple of other countries.
What's Pakistan?
Pakistan.
Yeah, upstanding individual, guys.
Pakistan. All right.
Don't they already have their own, country to deal with?
Yeah,
well, I guess maybe now.
India.
Maybe now.
American Nerd for 5. Fun fact: the Oscars were created by executives in an attempt to get the Hollywood people not to unionize. That worked out, didn't it? Well, yeah. The Oscars are.
Oh yeah, briefly mentioned India. One last thing to talk about. Vivek. Something tells me he's going to be public enemy number 1 of the Ohio high school athletic departments.
What happened?
No, I just feel like, him as governor, he's going to kind of, I don't know, if he can deal with school funding, he might take some of that money out of their athletic programs.
He's going to do something very dumb. That's why I'm supporting Yost. America First Insight's back in Yost, so.
Yeah, I think I might do the same.
I cannot, I'm sorry, Vivek was good, but then he fell face the earth. I don't know what he's trying to do.
Yeah, no more high school football. Everybody needs to study. No more going out to the mall because
he's gonna say something so freaking dumb. Well, he's already has, but he's gonna do something very dumb that's gonna I don't know. It's be bad.
Or I think he basically said that as like the alternative to having H-1B visas. Like, oh yeah, if you don't want H-1B visas, then stop doing high school sports.
Gosh. Mike for 2. If Dems fly the Ukraine flag, Republicans fly the U.S. flag. That's perfect idea. Guys,
I mean, you could do that. I mean, there's also the occasional Republicans like Joe Wilson and Dan Crenshaw that are like massive. Well, I mean, Crenshaw, I know he's that's a whole discussion.
Yeah, that guy.
He's trying to get the Trump endorsements.
Yeah, so if the Republican Party is smart, get those American flags and shit flying. Go right ahead. Do it.
Like so far, so far Crenshaw's one primary opponent is a complete clown. And I'm not talking about Valentina. I'm talking about the woman that hides behind an AI profile picture. Yeah. And apparently he's doing a meet and greet in New Braunfels, Texas, which is nowhere near where she's running for office.
That's great. Always the grifter can. That's what Gomez did. The freaking state house shit, and now she's a different district. What a joke.
Yeah, now she's running in Texas 31st.
All right.
I saw you
Whatever
quote
reason.
tweet that. I went down that account for a bit. That Chrissy Ann, that's weird. That makes me deeply uncomfortable looking at that person's account.
We're in the stage of AI candidates now.
Yeah, we might actually get like I swear to God, like the next person that announces a run, not Jameson Ellis. I mean, Jameson Ellis might actually run.
He's gonna
again.
run, I think.
Yeah, because I think he's actually like starting to regret. I think he's actually going to change his mind and re-enter the race. And if that's the case, I mean, I don't know how to feel about third time's a charm, but I mean, maybe he'll actually.
He did damn good the second time.
Yeah.
So
I think there's a chance, third time's a charm. Maybe he might actually get lucky this time. Maybe he does get Trump's endorsement.
All right. Ronald Garcia for 5. Education Secretary vote later today in the Senate. Oh, yeah. McMahon should get through. She's not going to have a job for long.
It'll probably be another party line vote, but.
Yeah, she's not going to be in the job for long, but. So.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're on the stream here, guys. We will be back tomorrow for the stream. There'll be a video later today. We asked
what time is the address to Congress?
I think it's like 8 p.m. Eastern or 9.
Okay.
So, will you stream the Wisconsin Supreme Court debate on March? I plan on yes. So, can we ask Musk to buy Lucasfilms? I know Musk wants to make that was like AIX or whatever, that game studio or whatever.
Yeah.
He's trying to make a game studio. Like, my argument is maybe he should fund films like Mel Gibson stuff. That's my take. Because Hollywood's shit. So, anyways, according to America First Post, Hassan has been wait, what? Hassan got banned from Twitch? Please say that's real.
Oh yeah, is that the guy that dresses up in the maid outfits and stuff? I don't know.
He's been banned.
Apparently I was told by somebody that the guy that runs the campaign trail game might have actually quit. So there's not going to be a 2024 scenario.
Damn. I think that was that guy like a big resist lib or something.
He might have been. I don't know.
I thought he was, but yeah. So it's breaking. Hassan has been banned on Twitch. W's in chat. He's gone.
I don't. We'll see if it lasts.
Rip Bozo. It's for a couple days. Who cares? That's what he.
Yeah, because I know. Twitch is still very liberal. So
I know. Well, it's owned by Amazon, so.
Yeah. Oh well, they might. I guess they might have something.
Yeah. Yeah. So Twitch is owned by Amazon, and we know Jeff Bezos is I still don't get his angle, but I don't know.
He's trying to. I think he's trying to kiss Trump's ass.
Yeah,
or something.
I think he's worried like because I think he's worried that Trump's gonna go after him and all the big people, big names. So he's like, "Oh yeah, Trump, we'll protect you.
We're gonna raise the corporate taxes on the DEI corporations."
That's what he should just say. Hey, a 50% tariff or tax on DEI corporations. 50% tax. What are you gonna do about it?
That's probably why Bezos and Zuckerberg are trying.
Well, also because he knows the DOJ, they may go after Amazon for some stuff. That's the best part, by the way. Trump's controlling the DOJ, so he could just say, "Hey, go check on Amazon. What are they doing behind the scenes? Surely it's illegal there. Surely."
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
All right, everybody. So
I see why he got banned. Oh.
Yeah, he said he wanted to kill Rick Scott. That's what he said.
Okay, yeah. Why is that a 2-day ban?
We'll see. But everybody, we'll see you guys in the next stream, video, or wherever you see us at. Godspeed to all of you.